I've got an oil leak at the rear, the back end of this oil pan. 4 10mm bolts on the dust cover for the bell housing. So we'll take that off first and get a better look. Definitely got a bit of oil up in here. It's probably back that far just because it's flinging everywhere. Oh, that's hard to tell if that's the rear main or the oil pan. I'll have to start it up and watch it. Output shaft actually looks pretty darn clean if you ask me. Looks like most of the oil is, I hope, coming from that oil pan. Yeah, it's gotta be the oil pan. You know, look at the back of the flywheel, there's a ring kind of where it gets dry. This sure is a nice sight after all this nasty heat we've been getting. Hasn't been too hot, like 90s. Still hotter than I'd like it. Yeah, rain, this is nice. Alright, this oil cooler adapter has to come off in order to get to the bolts behind it. And that takes a 1/4 inch Allen. and get to them bolts. Alright, set this up out of the way. Okay, just taking that bolt out, it's giving enough room so this can pull up and out of there. Should be good enough. Got 1/2-inch bolts and a couple 3/8 up here at the front. An air ratchet would be really handy at this point, and a longer extension. I'm just gonna get what I can manually first though, because I don't feel like looking for one. Alright, so I'm going to come in with a scraper tool or 5-in-1 tool, whatever I can to scrape off this old stuff. Get this as clean as possible and put the new seals in. I think I will be dropping stuff. Maybe. Maybe if we're lucky we won't have to drop too much stuff. Nice. This looks like it'll come off pretty easy. Nice. So, yeah, we'll just go around, get all this old stuff off, pull these rubber front and back seals. Okay, starter has to come off too. Just a couple bolts. And make sure you disconnect power first. little holes in here for the new seal. Make sure those are cleared out. The new seal has these little prongs that hold it in place. Alright, just gonna use a combination of picks and flatheads to scrape off this remaining adhesive or sealant, whatever you want to call it. Just scraping off these little bits of sealant. And there's these little holes here I'm clearing out too, where the new seal is going to stick into. Alright, so got the front seal and the back seal. Got these little cutouts for the cork to slip into, where I will use a little bit of ultra black just to make sure there's a good seal. Here's the front, got these little barbs which will pop right into the holes in there. Alright, and the back seal just kind of pops into place and holds itself there. Alright, now that the front and back seals are on, it's just a matter of putting on the sides. You can see this one goes on the oil filter side, and I'll probably put a little thin bead of ultra black on the back side of this, or the block side of this, just so it'll stay in place. Went up to Harbor Freight and got a little torque wrench for $10. Something small enough that I can get down there in some of the tougher, hard to get spots on the oil pan. It goes by inch pound, so I had to look that up online. It's they recommend 12 foot-pounds of torque on the oil pan bolts, which equals 144 inch-pounds. So I'm going to go around, I'm going to start from the middle, work my way out, get them all to 144 inch-pounds. So, got a ½ inch, got the 1/4 inch extension. It's a pretty squishy rubber thing that we're going to be good for using that. I don't have a way to put this on the torque wrench or I would use it, but I'm just gonna do my best. Get them evenly snug. Don't take too much. Evenly. One side to the other side. Snug it up. Gripping it high on the handle so I don't have too much leverage. So I don't want to over tighten this. Just good and snug. About there. Starter's back on. As tight as I can get it, hand tight with just the 3/8 wrench. Gotta put the oil filter back on, put some oil in, and make sure she doesn't leak anymore. Make sure your dipstick's back in place. Cutting out this hard line. Gonna put in a couple barbed fittings. And get some rubber hose in there. I hate hardline, unless it's for brakes or fuel. Stuff's pretty easy to cut too if you just put a little nick on one side with the hacksaw, bend it a couple times, it snaps right off. Oh, I hate these things. Alright, just need to hook up some rubber hose and run it back. Put some hose clamps on. Zip tie it up and out of the way if I need to. Save all these fittings. Alright, filling it up with the usual 7.5 quarts of 30 weight. Don't know why I got gas roll for some reason, just so what I got. High mileage, huge. is what I usually go for. So for now I'm just putting in 1 quart because I'm a little worried about the seal on my drain plug. So I'm going to put in a quart, let that sit overnight, make sure there's no drips on the bottom. Put in the remaining 6.5 quarts, run it. Make sure the fluids are good, and give it a good run. Make sure there's no leaks. Always a good feeling when I hear the RV running again after a long time of sitting. Oh, the view sure cleared up nice today too. Nice cool weather. It's probably not even 70 right now. So that's it. On to the transmission oil change. Thanks for watching. Bye.